Guys, and welcome to my first video of Vlogtember. So in this video I'm going to just talk to you about my Goodreads challenge and what it means to me and why I'm doing it. So if you don't know, or if you don't have a Goodreads account, then it's free, and I find it really good to log how many books I'm reading and what books I have read and what books I need to buy and what books I have bought, if you get what I mean. Like, it's a constant, I could just update which books I have and which books I've read, and each year they give you the opportunity to start a personal challenge. You don't win anything, it's just a personal challenge to get you reading. And I set myself the challenge of reading 100 books this year, back in January. I don't think I genuinely thought that I was going to be able to read 100 books, and for a time I was 10 books behind my schedule, and because for basically 2 months of the year after uni had finished, well, when uni was finishing, I just didn't have time to read. I had 6 major assignments due in and it just wasn't brilliant. So actually I thought, I'm not going to get this done, I'm not going to be able to do this, and yeah, I kind of gave up a little bit. But now that I'm back on track and I've not got a job yet, being the operative word, I have read 76 books out of the 100, and we're only in September, so I only have to read 24 for the end of the year, which, do you know what I mean, if I only read 4 books, no, that's wrong, Jordan. How many months we got left? September, October, November, December. So that's 4, so I'd have to read 6 books a month, which, do you know what I mean, even in my bad reading month of August, I managed to do that. So that's basically my thing. Why I decided to do it was because I felt like I wasn't taking reading seriously enough anymore. I did a creative writing course at university. That was my degree. That's what I got my degree in. And it was a fantastic course, and it taught me a lot about myself and my writing, and that was fantastic. However, it did take the love of my reading away. We didn't analyse it like you do, in English literature, but we did have to read an awful lot of set texts, and let's face it, some of the set texts weren't my favourite, and it kind of made reading a chore, and that's all I could think about when I picked up a book was, oh my god, it's a chore. So the reading challenge has got me back into reading and the way that I like to read, and I have found some of my all-time favourite books in this, in the part of the reading challenge, and challenging myself to read more. And I'll just tell you what my top 5 favourite books so far are. And the number 1, well, these aren't in order of favourites, they're just in I went through my Goodreads and saw what I read, and chose 5. Obviously I have more than 5 favourite books of this year. I did do a top 7 video back in July, which I will link on my face now if you guys want to check that out. But this is the top 5 books that I have specifically loved purely because of the reading challenge. So yeah, the number 1 is Hate List by Jennifer Brown. This book follows a girl whose boyfriend shoots her school. It's about a school shooting and her implication in it, and her living with the fact that her boyfriend killed himself and so many other people. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a different perspective, and it's just a good book. I will leave all the links to these books down below, so if you want to check them out, you can. The next book I read was actually courtesy of Alex at uni, so thanks, Alex. And that is A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. This book is so emotionally draining and exhausting, and it's absolutely fantastic. It genuinely is one of the best books I've ever read, ever. And I sobbed my heart out right till the very end, so it's brilliant. It follows a young boy whose mother is dying, and he meets a monster in the back garden who tells him 3 stories, and at the end he learns a massive truth, and it's it's a bitter book. It's so sad. The next book that I read was Aristotle. Well, the next book that's my favourite is Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. I love this book. It's about two boys who become best friends over summer, and it's like how their friendship changes when they grow up, and it sounds so much better than what I'm making it. It's so beautifully written, and it's got such a beautiful ending. So yeah. The next book I think will forever be on my favourite shelf no matter how old I get, and that is It's Kind of a Funny Story by Ned Vizzini. Oh my gosh, this book was so realistic. It made me feel so many different things. It basically follows a young boy who's depressed and he has a suicidal episode and checks himself into hospital, and it's basically his 5 days in a mental hospital. And it made me cry, and it made me cry, and it made me laugh, and it made me, I don't know, it was just brilliant. It's just a fantastic book. So yeah. The next book, if you follow my blog, you will know how much I love this book, and that is Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. I read this book in like 3 days, I think it was, and it's massive. But it was one of my favourite books of 2014, and I absolutely adore it. It follows the lives of Russian aristocrats and their desperate their life as an aristocrat, and how their struggles are different and things. And also it follows the main character Anna and her affair with Vronsky, which is one of the greatest love stories of all. And I mean Anna's, decline into madness, and it's just brilliant. It's brilliantly written. So yeah, but that's it for today, guys. Come back tomorrow where there will be another video up, and I will see you then. Bye.